The following presentation is rated Lexx. Would not recommend without adult supervision.
White hot with a
I like big boys. They always smell good, you know, like food. I like my man to wear cologne like Mac sauce. Come here, Mac Daddy.
You know it's cold when you can say the weather in Spanish, like it's negative 12 outside.
I called myself going in my 16-year-old phone, man, and seen the contact said a-hole. Well, I pressed send, my phone in my pocket started ringing.
But see, that's why I ain't got nothing to worry about, because if I get kidnapped, they gonna bring me back like we ain't got enough food for this dude. But see, I can't go hungry. That's why I always got my emergency snack.
A lot of people ask me, why are you gay? And I just figured I'd just give you the answer up here. Well, just like any male, two vaginas are better than one.
So you think you're funny? Here's a chance to find out. April 7th, the hottest comedy competition the Midwest has ever seen, comes to Sacred Waters, California. Hosted by myself, Mr. AKA Las Vegas. We're gonna see who really got jokes. And who better to headline our very first event than last year's champion?
What's going on, y'all? Silly game and no game. Y'all know what I'm about to do. April 7th,
April 7th.
we back in the building again. What else can I do besides talk my shit? Let's get it.
I'll see you on the 7th.
I don't think they ready, Buck.
I don't think so either.
They ain't ready, man.
They ain't ready.
April 7th, man. I got so much stuff on my sleeve right now, baby.
Man.
Oh, you know that's coming, man. You know he be waiting all week. He be waiting all week to make. He don't even make it on his show.
I don't. That's funny. That's hilarious.
He be just waiting this shit.
Damn, that's crazy. I never did it on my show once. That's crazy.
See?
Fluff. Man.
The Fluff in the building?
You know he in the building, man. He stay in the building, man.
Fluff hit me up, man. You know, I hadn't talked to him in a minute. He like,
Levi,
man, what's going on,
Jess.
man? I gotta see what's up with him. You know what I'm saying?
Church boy in there.
Yeah, the Fluff is the shit.
Man.
What's the dog, man? That's my dog, man.
Fluff is the shit.
Matter of fact, he get a man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Al Frazier in the building, man. He acting like he's trying to kick it in the background, man, but he there. Yeah, because I ain't want to fuck his name up. That's why I was.
He played it safe.
Algenelerro Frazier is in the building.
Man.
I had to read it.
Yeah.
It ain't the same, man. It ain't the same. No, you know who did it the best though was Greg. Gregus, Mike. No, not Gregus. Tiny Tech.
Oh, you talking about Glenn?
Glenn. Oh shit, my bad, Glenn. Glenn, when he did that shit, man, that shit was hilarious,
That shit was
man. What's up, Nadia? Jessica's in the building.
Man.
Oh man, Levi Davis, man. I told him I gotta get him back on the show, man. The internet and everything was messing up, man. Yeah, Church Boy, man. We gotta get him back on the show, man. The internet was messing up, man. He didn't get his just due, man.
That was a good show too, man.
It was, man.
That was a great episode.
Fucked up ass Spectrum. All right. If you're watching, man, please hit that share button, man. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. I got Algenelerro Frazier in the building, man. All right. Make sure you what I say every week, man. Grab your snacks.
Bring me one.
Grab something to drink.
Bring me some.
Comfortable. Grab some titties or something, long as they ain't bucks.
Nah, my titties.
You know? And make sure that you hit that share button, man, because it's about to be a real good night, man.
Share it. Just hit the button. It's one button.
Said Spectrum Master's fire.
Your ass is fire.
What's up, Nadia?
Shout out to Dubbington.
Dub in the building, like a tampon?
No, I just said your ass is fire.
Oh, okay. No, Dub, a hardworking man. That dude got like 8 jobs now.
He don't get tired.
Man, that dude, he do a show from work.
Right.
Cuzzo, you good?
I'm great.
In the corner. Holding the corner down. Holding the corner down.
The corner boys.
We got just a couple minutes, man. So please get comfortable. Please make sure you done shared it to whatever group you in. I don't even care what kind of group it is, man. It could be a group about tacos. Y'all know I like tacos. Share my shit to the taco group.
I definitely want a taco.
I don't give a shit. Share my shit everywhere.
Taco. Steak taco. Chicken taco.
That's why I like butt, man.
This nigga go, man.
Burritos.
Oh, enchiladas.
Ooh.
Y'all see what y'all left me in here with, man?
Ooh. Salsa. My salsa makes all the pretty girls.
With the quesadilla.
Man.
Yeah.
This is what I gotta deal with every week. This is what I gotta deal with every week.
It's fluffy talk. Only Mark understands.
The fluffy talk.
Fluffy talk.
Buck nose tacos.
Hey, was that you on your thing when it said I'll never go hungry because I got my
then pulled a whole pile from under his
Stop
stomach.
Stop it.
Hey, you lease Dickerson in the building.
Man. She get a sprinkle. Sprinkles.
That's funny.
Oh my God. Y'all know it's about to be a good night, man. We got a lot of positive energy in the building, man. It's gonna be a good night, so damn sure we about to get started in just a few minutes. We gonna shout out Redline's sponsors real quick. Shout out to Dynatech, shout out to Growing Wings, shout out to who else sponsors Growing Redline?
We got Detroit Auto Parts.
We
got Wiggins Construction Home Improvement.
Hey,
Trash Bins. We got it's a whole bunch of them. We got Lucy's Pub. We got
Buck run through all that.
I
don't be knowing nobody.
I ain't said no man on my show, but I definitely said a couple sponsors.
You always shout out the sponsors. I don't be knowing who be who, man. I just show up when they tell me to show up.
I know my favorite one.
Wayne, what up, baby? Boy, Wayne McPherson in the building.
I'm gonna get him back on.
Man, this dude go way back. Old. This one. Sitting right in front of this dude. I get a motherfucking. I get an announcement that say Algenelerro then requested you as a friend. I'm like sitting right in front of him. I'm like, who is this?
That's right. Oh, get him while it's hot. Get him while it's hot.
He got me while I wasn't paying attention,
I got
man.
a few spots left.
He got me while I wasn't paying attention. It's all good though. We about to get the show started in just a moment, man. So definitely stay tuned, man. You know, hit the share button. It's about to go down. We got Algenelerro Frazier in the building. Buck 2 is in the building. CEO is in the building. Man. It's about to be a good night, man. All right.
It's a lot of man.
Matter of fact, it's that time, Buck. It's 7:00. Let's go.
The following presentation is rated Lexx. Would not recommend without adult supervision.
Hey yo, Day. You ready?
You know I'm ready.
Hey, collab. You already know we ready. Turn the motherfucking music. Let's go.
We in the land and we rockin' with Lexx, baby.
I live this world like Jupiter or Uranus. He giving the kosher flavor, securing all of his paper. His words might sting like a taser, but he accurate like the laser. Let's get it. Hot topic. Tune in cause he get it poppin'. They saying he out of pot. Tell hating to stop it. It's Red Line Radio. Mr. AKA. Let the cream but fuck these hoes. Better hide your babe. Every Thursday at 7 we catch a vibe. Watch it when you at home or listen live while you drive. The reality just arrived. Living the just alive. Fight organ lows and highs. Never failure to thrive. Minimize all your disruption. Ready for dope discussion. Tell the kids no interruption, but 2 on no production. White tee, chocolate skin, shade. This an upgrade from any station you play. You can feel this dope shit in your veins.
Fade me out, Buck. Fade me out, man. Fade me out, baby. It's another one, man. It's another Thursday night over here at Redline Radio, which means it's another episode of the Lexx Vegas Show. And as always, I'm your host, Lexx Vegas, a.k.a. Smarty McFly, a.k.a. Peter Popoff, a.k.a. the Dirt Diggler, a.k.a. the dude of debonair, the dean of debauchery, and the baron of bullshit. A.K.A. Rowdy Roddy Piper, A.K.A. Bad News Brown, A.K.A. Nacho Man Randy Savage, A.K.A. Bro, look, man, this shit is getting old, bruh. This shit is getting old, bruh. It's the same old story every week, man. Every week you want to come at my neck because your girl got tapped. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a personal problem, bruh. And I could promise you that I don't want her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her. She cheated on you with me, so why the fuck would I want a chick like that for? You know what I'm saying? I'm smart enough to know that. She got with you. I don't think I heard it. Say it again one more time. She got with you. Oh yeah. She already had a man. Why would she cheat on you? Why wouldn't she cheat on you? Simple, bruh. Simple, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but don't worry. She coming home. She coming home because she damn sure can't stay here, bruh. She damn sure can't stay here because she too easily distracted. She too easily distracted. All it takes is a dude saying the right shit. You know what I'm saying? Draws come right off. You know what I'm saying? She like to hear shit like, we don't understand you like I do. You don't understand me. Make love to you like I do. So give it to me. Cause I can show you about a real love. What? And I can promise anything that I do is just to satisfy. When that panty slide right off. Panty slide right the fuck off, man. But it ain't her fault, bro. It is not her fault, man. She got eyes, she got ears. You know what I'm saying? She know the squad. You know, she know Lexx. She know Timbuktu. She know CEO. You know, she know Dub, Don P. You know, I ain't got to tell her. She pulled my file. She checked my paperwork, bro. It's all legit, man. She know that Lexx Vegas.
Been around the world and now, we been player hated. I don't know why. Why they want us faded? I don't know why they hate us. Look at our ladies.
Just like that, bro. Just like that, man. Lexx Vegas might take a L here and there, you know what I'm saying? But them dubs is a lot more plentiful, you know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, you will realize.
Can't nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Quick.
AKA the prolific shit talker, man. Shit, you can call him Shitty V for all I care. Just make sure that you mention
Mr. AKA.
Cause I'm in the building, baby. We got Buck on the boards. You good?
Oh yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm good, bro. How you feeling?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
Awesome.
I told you some good energy tonight, man.
Oh, it's
you know
amazing.
what I'm saying? CEO, AKA the guy in the corner. You good? All right. Shout out to them good old Lex Vegas show sponsors. You know, we got the Sudsy We So Company in the building.
Sudsy We!
They've been waiting on that all night, man. You know what I'm saying? Mark and Christy, you know I love you, baby. All right. We got, y'all see him, Lil Lex, he in the building. He got his hoes with him. He got the one I don't really like with him, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he say that she give good dome, so I guess that's why he keep him around. You know what I'm saying, don't really wrestle her. But Lil Lex is here courtesy of CIA Customs. Holla at the boy Denver Morales for your custom action figures. All right?
Yeah, bless Jaws.
Hey. We call it La Ja. Of course, we got Wave Runner Clothing Line in the building. Shout out to the boy Waverly West. He just dropped 2 new albums, The Gold Teeth Smile and It's Not Me, It's You. All right. Both of those albums are on the Bandcamp platform. All right. Shout out to Waverly West and congratulations on your 2 new albums, man. And of course, we got the Old World Tavern, man. Now, since y'all want to bring up the Old World Tavern, man, let's talk about it, man. You know, because the next Unapologetically Funny event will take place on April the 15th, right there at the Old World Tavern. Showtime is 8 p.m. I got who I got coming through that night, man. I got John Huff coming through. I got the girl Shar Curtis coming through. I got Taylor Whalen. She gonna be in the building. Bill Stone gonna be in the building. Kevin Ford and Jay Sean Chandler, they're gonna be there. And of course, we got Big Rich Green gonna be in the building, man. We gonna see y'all on April 15th, man. The showtime is 8 p.m., man. Free admission. Where else but Unapologetically Funny are you gonna get a lineup like this for the free, man? Tell me, and I'm gonna call you a liar, man. I'll see y'all at Old World on April 15th. Now, bring it back to the present, man. Bring it back to the present. What up, Peggy? What up, Will? Will Hopkins in the building. Now tonight, I got a gentleman in the building that this man loves the kids. You know, he loves the kids. You know, we got a man that's trying to do the right thing for the right cause. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? This gentleman is the president and executive director of the Rites of Passage Youth Empowerment and Mental Health Program. Welcome to the Lex Vegas show.
He's doing that.
Mr. Algenelerro Frazier, what's going on, baby?
Hey. Thank you very much.
Oh, y'all had to give you the intro that you deserve, man.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm about to pay somebody to introduce me every day.
Hey, Lex Vegas can't be bought.
You know what I mean?
The right amount of I will introduce you in every room you go in.
You know what I mean?
Shit, we walk in McDonald's. Introducing. Shit. With the right amount of money,
Big Mac buying.
shit.
French fry eating.
I'll be walking around with a karaoke machine with a mic.
Hey, absolutely. I love it.
No, but definitely, man, thank you for taking the time to come kick it with us over at the Lex Vegas show,
listen, man. I'm excited to be here, and I appreciate being here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
So, for the people that don't know, give them a little background into Algenelerro Frazier.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? Years ago, I used to be a producer and a master audio engineer in the music world, and I went by another name that you know I don't mention too much anymore. Shall name nameless. You know, he was a well-known guy. You know, there's music on the radio that you have heard that I've done, but the thing is you know, God purposed me for other things. You know, so now what I do is I focus on creating programs, and I create camps and seminars and different things that help, you know, change kids' lives through fun. So what we do is we basically put things together to where we can get the kids in our area so that we can find what kids need, you know, resources sooner than later. Kids that are dealing with mental health issues and whatnot, you know, kids that are talking with and or having the spirit of like suicide that we have to turn around real quick and get them, you know, enjoying and loving life and let them know that, hey, it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? You don't got to say the world. You're young. It's time for you to have fun. Dave? Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's how we doing.
Now, specifically, Rites of Passage. Like, explain the Rite of Passage. Like, what kind of program is Rites of Passage?
So when we came up with Rites of Passage, what we noticed in America is we've lost our traditions as a tribe. And it doesn't matter if you're the Viking tribe or the Italian tribe or, you know, the Black tribe or the Asian tribe. No matter where we are throughout history, when our kids were about 11, 12, 13 years old, they would go through this course of nature to let them know that you're now an adult. You know, as soon as those jewels drop and your flower, you know, goes through a period every month, you now can make children. You aren't, you know, kids all the way yourself. So we felt that it was time for us to start developing programs that gave our kids a rite of passage. And that's why we have like the Young Rhinos retreat for the boys for three days, so we can take them in the wilderness and kick their butt for a little bit to let them know, you know, this is what
which I will be a part of on the next one.
My man.
Which I am a part of the next one.
Hey.
I can't wait to get about there. It's about to be
you know. So we instill, you know, we get the fathers to the fatherless, such as yourself, you being a part, and we help those kids understand who they are. And then on the flip side, a little cleaner, a little meaner, we do Pearls for Girls. The Pearls for Girls seminar is a day event where, you know, we spare no expense. I mean, we take them to Cinderella's ball. You know, the table dressings on each table is about $500, $600, $700 just for the table.
What up, Levi?
You know, so we you know, Maya Angelou said, when you know better, you do better.
Right.
So the first thing we want the girls to know is their worth. So when they know their worth, they'll stop selling themselves so short. They'll stop, you know, doing certain things that they shouldn't be doing, and they'll care about themselves more. And then not only that, years ago when I was that other guy that remains nameless, you know, we used to frequent strip clubs. You know, I'm from Miami. You know, like strip clubs for us used to be like, you know, business meetings is where we had our strip. You know, strip clubs where we had business meetings and stuff, or different things like that. So it really wasn't nothing to us. It was like breathing, you know. But I once was in a strip club and I seen a guy had on a T-shirt, and on his T-shirt it said, "Thank you for your daddy being absent." And it had a silhouette of a girl on a pole. You feel me?
Damn.
So not only was it strong.
Hey, clip that. I might need that shirt though. I'm talking about my business.
Well, you know what? If it's gonna help us raise some money to help the kids, I might make some for you. It's still a message. I'm
saying whatever it takes.
It might make her want to get off that pole. You know. Oh my God, my dad.
And real quick, but before we go on, what up, Maria? Before we go on, since we are giving props to the ladies, I do want to shout out that this Sunday, the 26th, we are having the next Women's Health Summit right here at Redline Radio. That will be spearheaded by Jessica Steffes. She's in the comments right now. I do know there's going to be a whole new panel of ladies, and they're going to discuss ladies' issues that they normally do. We are trying really, really hard to get back into the men's side. I apologize. My busy schedule has prevented me from doing that, but I did want to shout out the ladies who will be right here on Redline Radio. I believe it's going to start at 11 on Sunday.
Correct.
If I'm not correct, this Sunday at 11 o'clock. So if please make sure that you tune into that, man. It's going to be definitely a dope event, man.
As soon as I get out of church.
Okay. Now, here's something I wanted to ask you. So working with inner city youth, and we'll say especially guys, especially men, boys, young men.
Right.
What would you say is the hardest obstacle to overcome when you're trying to break through to an inner city young man?
Teaching them love.
Okay.
See, inner city young men, they have been lied to on what hard is, on what being a man is, on a lot of different things. They want to be gangster, they want to be hard, you know, but every single last one of them, they babies in the heart. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a kid from the inner city that I've had time with that sooner or later I don't break them down and the tears start flowing, because these kids are tired. You know, we got kids in the inner city that are dealing with PTSD. They've seen police arresting people very hard, slamming them to the ground. Their moms and dads getting into fight, moms and boyfriends getting into fights, dads not being there. Then when the dad do come around, the dad want to be cool. You know, he don't want to be dad. He want to be friend. He want to be cool. And then, hey, tighten up, little man, be hard. So these kids, they don't understand what love is. So when you start showing them what it is, you know, to love as a man, and for me, you know, it's hard because I'm human, right? So I hear the little, oh, he gay, oh, he this, oh, he that, because they fight against it. But then when they get to know you, when they get to know you, then they start understanding what it is. And then as soon as you start piercing them, and they understand how to love and what love really is and how it feels good, that's when that transformation starts to happen. So the hardest thing for anybody dealing with children in the inner city, boy and or girl, is teaching them what love is and what it looks like and what it feels like. And they don't fight against it. Yeah,
absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Algenelerro's in the building, man. You know, hit that share button, man. It's some positive info going out on these airwaves, man. Hit that share button. All right. And the reason I asked you, like, you know, what you felt was the hardest obstacle to overcome is because, you know, like here at the Lexx Vegas show, we like to talk about, you know, current events and everything. And there's a lot of events that I was coming across, and it kind of reminded me of the things that we're dealing with, and the things that you and I have been discussing over the last, I say, month that we've been corresponding and doing business together. And one of the big stories this week is Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
He got jumped
in Florida
at a local gym in Florida.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, the reason I say that, you know, this is an issue is because on one hand, when we see things happen in the neighborhood and, you know, in the community, whatever, we encourage people. You see something, say something. You know what I'm saying? You want, if something happens to me and you saw it, I want you to say something. But then the consequences or the punishment for snitching is this. So where do we find that common ground? Like you're telling me that I want you to talk or you're telling me that you want me to talk if I know something, if I see something, but if I do, these are the consequences. So where do I go from there?
You know what? It's layers to life, right? So number one, I'm gonna tell you, I feel that the people that jumped him at that gym, he didn't even have to go to prison and snitch. He could have just been, you know, Tekashi 6ix9ine talking about I'm hard. He would have still got the same butt whooping while his boys had the camera out, because like the dude told him, he said, "Hey, I want to be famous." You know what I'm saying? Oh, you hard? Oh, you in my neck of the woods. You know what I mean? So
did you see? So you saw the video?
Yeah, I seen the video.
Did you see the video, Tim?
Yeah,
I seen it.
Yeah.
All them. You seen the video?
Yeah, he got mollywopped.
But them dudes all look like they was security. Like them was some big dudes.
Yeah.
Like Tekashi 6ix9ine is a little guy.
Yeah.
And they went in there. They knew he was there. They all went in there like, look, where is he at? We about to go whoop his ass.
Right.
Like, and as if I'm sitting at the register, if I'm sitting at the counter or something, and these three dudes walk up, like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
And it was a chick. It was a young lady that was sitting at the counter. Like, what was she supposed to do?
Right.
These three dudes, and these are some big ass bald head, look like personal security type dudes.
Right.
They all three of them ran in and ran up on this dude.
Right.
And the reason I asked you if you really thought, like, you know, he would have got the same ass whooping anyways, because I think now that because of who he is and the fact that it was such a high profile case, and the fact that he snitched is the reason that they're on his ass like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like,
as opposed to like if he would have just let's say he never went to jail.
I understand exactly.
And
what
he
you're
was
saying.
still making music or whatever he was doing. I don't really consider what he was doing music, but yeah, it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Then would he still be in that? Would we still be looking at him the same way?
You know what? It's levels to it. Before he went to jail and snitched, dudes that's been in the street, like, I mean, everybody that I know, you know, is coming out of Miami. Everybody that I know, a lot of us are doing good, but all of us been in the streets. Every single last one of us got a friend that was close to us that got killed. Every single last one of us know somebody that got a bullet and he was a good guy. It's like the wrong one got it. Everybody know the one that finally got it, and we quietly clapped our hands and praised because finally he should have got it. Now, I'm an ordained chaplain now, but I ain't too far removed from living another way where I'll say, like, Tekashi 6ix9ine had it coming, but he had it coming way before he said what he said to get himself out of trouble. Because if you remember, there was people like our minded type people that he was trash. He was fake. He was. I remember back in Cleveland back in the day, y'all used to say false flagging.
False flagging.
You know what I'm saying? He was false flagging. False flagging is people that act like they like in a gang, but they really not in the gang and they throwing that flag, you know, but they didn't get jumped in. They didn't do what everybody else did and whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden you're what we are. And no matter how people look at the gang life, like a lot of those guys didn't have fathers or different things like that. So when they came into that family and the way they got into that family, they protected it. So even before he, you know, snitched, he had that coming. Now, I will say this. Oh, man, I'm happy he snitched. I love it. You know, don't go to jail, kids, for nobody. Like, don't go to jail.
I ain't doing time for nobody.
For nobody.
I ain't doing time for nobody. Fuck that. If it ain't one of my daughters, and it depends on what they did.
Right.
And it really depends on what they did. No, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with you on that one. I ain't doing time for nobody.
When we were kids, we used to always say we're victims of our circumstances.
Products of our environment.
We're products of our environment, right? No. We make a t-shirt on that. You know, we're not products of our environment. We're products of our choices. Simple as that. We are products of our choices.
Now, what would you say to people who believe that they don't have a choice? And I mean, that could be from moving out of the hood. It could be a woman that feels she can't get away from a man. Like, to me, I don't understand it. Like me, I don't know. There's not, if I'm not in prison, there's nothing holding me from leaving. If I want to get up out of this seat right now and walk out, I can. Okay. And I don't understand. I was dating a girl one time, and I was calling her because I needed something, and she wasn't answering. I kept calling. I'm like, so I finally got a hold of her, and I'm like, what's up? And she like, my mother was fussing at me, and I was in a conversation I couldn't get out of. I'm like, how does that happen?
Right.
If I'm tired of talking to you, I will stop talking to you. Like, I don't care who it is.
Right.
You know, so. But in her mind, like, that's not something that she could have did. She feel like, okay, this is my mom. I got to give her the respect of as long as she's talking, no matter what she's talking about and how she's talking to me, I have to sit here and take it. I'm not like that. I don't give a who it is.
Right.
If you know what I'm saying, unless you, Jesus Christ himself, walking through that door, like, I don't care who it is. If you're not the police, there's no reason that I can't stop this conversation.
Right.
There's no reason why, if I'm in this relationship and I'm not happy, I can't leave.
Right.
Okay. I don't care I don't care what the situation is. If I moved in with you and I ain't got shit but a bag to my name, I will leave this motherfucker and figure this shit out. But I'm not about to be somewhere where I'm not happy. I don't understand that. But to them, that was everything.
Right.
So how do we figure out the difference? Like, where we can say, okay, yes, you need to do better. You need to make better choices. Some people feel like they don't have a choice.
Right.
So where do we go from there?
So I live by a philosophy. And that philosophy is called Right On Minded. And we're right now developing online courses to help people deal with depression and anxiety and addiction. And a lot of that comes from the original word that you used when you first started talking. You said a lot of people believe.
Right.
So belief comes from perception.
Belief comes from what we think we know and what everybody around us agrees with.
Right. What
we'll believe is fact. If I say something and I'm not really sure about it, but Tim agrees and you agree and CEO agrees and 10 people in the comment agrees, to me, that becomes a fact because everybody agrees with it, even if it's not true.
Still an opinion.
And it's still an opinion because I go by facts. Like, you have to show me something. You have to show me something, with the exception of God and Jesus. You have to show me something exists for me to believe it. That's just it. I choose to believe in God and Jesus because I choose to believe in them. Ain't nobody showed me no shit, but I agree with it. But I was having a conversation with somebody, and you can chime in on this. But I had a conversation with somebody, and I told him I don't believe that narcissism is a thing.
I'm glad you said that word. Keep going.
I don't believe that it's a thing, and I'm gonna tell you why. What do we preach more than anything else right now? Self-love. You look up narcissism. The exact definition of narcissism is someone who has an excessive love of themselves or self-importance. So by calling somebody a narcissist, you're mad at me because I like me more than you like you.
Well, there's more to being a narcissist than just that, though.
But here's the thing: I go by definitions. This is the Webster's definition of it. This is what's in. This is when you Google it. This is what it says. Now, what happens is when we say, okay, a narcissist is this. A narcissism is that. That's what we believe. But the definition, what it says on paper, says ABC. But if Tim believes that a narcissism is somebody that just talks about themselves all the time, you believe somebody's narcissism is somebody that talks about themselves all the time. CEO believes that a narcissist is somebody that talks about themselves all the time. Eventually, we start believing that's what narcissism means.
Unless you study what narcissism is, then you won't hear or find out the totality of it. I'm a counselor, so I know exactly what it is. And to be honest with you, in my life, after dealing with a breakup with my son's mom, I was introduced to a narcissist that, it was a roller coaster. So I've had firsthand experience. A person cannot be a narcissist unless they had some type of life trauma. A person who's selfish or all about themselves or, egotistical, that is not a narcissist. A person that's superly loving themselves or stuff like that, that is not a narcissist. A narcissist is a person that has to have everybody in the room believing a certain story, even if made up. Number one, they have to have the whole world happy with them, no matter if there's lies, and there's going to be lies. Egotistical person is going to tell the truth and they don't care if you like it or not. A narcissist is going to lie. The key ingredient to a narcissist is what's called gaslighting. A narcissist is a gaslighter. You cannot have you are not a narcissist if you're a person that be like, you know what, that's my bad, I apologize, I'm so sorry for that, this, that, whatever, and you're taking accountability for certain things. I really do apologize to you. Although I like being me and I'm a little conceited, and guess what? It saves me. It makes me feel good. I'm all about me. I'm sorry. Ain't no narcissist gonna do that. So, and for anybody that doesn't know what a gaslighter is, say, for example, somebody comes up to you and smacks the hell out of you, and then they blame you on why they smacked you. And then now you're feeling bad, like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to look at you like that, but I wasn't looking at you, mean. I was daydreaming. I didn't even know. But they'll smack you and be like, I smacked you because you were looking at me. I know what you were thinking. No, not me, no. And now you're apologizing for their bad action. You see what I mean? So
I like that.
Yeah. So
I like
there's a lot of key ingredients to narcissism.
So
and wait a minute, and narcissists are predators. You see what I'm saying? So narcissists want weak people in their lives because a weak person is not going to be able to. A weak person is going to be gullible to whatever type of perception they try to create in your life. And when they come into your life, they make you feel like you're the only thing known to the world. You're basically saying that you're everything to them. Once they captivate you and control you, then the gaslighting starts. Then you start finding out about the lies, and you know what I mean. And it's a roller coaster. When your standards are low, when your spirit is low, your standard is low. So if you're coming out of a hard relationship, a lot of times people need to pause before they get into another relationship, because if you haven't fully healed and you come into that perfect storm of meeting a narcissist, your life is going to be messed up for a little while, and you're not even going to know it. And you're going to have people around you telling you not to be with this particular person. And in my opinion, that's wrong. Don't tell people who they should and should not be with. You just make it worse. But at the end of the day, you're going to fight for this situation, because when you needed somebody to make you feel like you were loved or like they cared about you, they came at that perfect time. And now you want to defend them for their bad actions. Because as they say, love gives 1,000 excuses.
Ladies and gentlemen, Algenelerro Frazier's in the building, baby. All right. So talking about excuses. Let's talk about excuses.
Ooh, let's talk about excuses. Yes.
Andrew Wiggins. We for those of you that don't know, he's a player for the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
He's in a big story this week.
Okay.
He recently found out that his longtime girlfriend has been cheating on him with his best friend, and that his 2 daughters might not be his. Right. Now he ain't home free. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because now here's the thing. It ain't even so much about the cheating. The cheating is one thing, but I have a cousin like that. I ain't gonna put him out there, but I have a cousin who had 3 daughters and found out what none of them his. And he found out that when they was teenagers. You've been taking care of these kids their whole life. You done built a bond with these kids, everything, to find out that they not yours. That to a man, that is like, look at Buck's face, like Buck, like fuck. I mean, just think, I got 3 kids. Right. I have had DNA tests on all 3 of them. Fuck that. I don't trust you farther than I can blow you. But you understand what I'm saying now? Like, how do you? I don't even know what I could say to a guy. Like, if somebody came to me and said, "Man, she been cheating, and these 2 kids might not," I don't even know what I would be able to say to you, because I can't feel that. Like, and in my mind, you're liable to do whatever the fuck you about to do.
Right.
I hope that you don't do nothing stupid, but whatever you about to do, it's in your right to do it.
Right.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't like if you came across somebody like yo homeboy, Your homeboy tells you, man, hey man, she been, and this was his best friend too. Like they said, this was his homeboy from way back in the day. Him and this girl been together since 2013, and they done had 2 kids, and now your homeboy then smashed, and you found out, and now,
right.
So like, how do if somebody came to you, like let's just say somebody came through the Rites of Passage program with this same scenario, how do you respond to that?
I mean, well, first we got to deal with his mindset where he at, because you know that's a dangerous situation.
Exactly, like, that's what I mean.
You know, like I'll say about 60-70% of people in jail are in jail because of relationship situation. You know, and but I mean, you know what? There's 2 sides of me nowadays. There's Chaplain Frazier side, and then there's Counselor Algenelerro, author, that guy. You know what I mean? That guy Algenelerro, he still understands like the streets and the way of the streets. But Chaplain Frazier starts to realize certain things, like, first of all, were they married or was that his girl?
No, that was just his baby moms. They're not married.
That wasn't his property to begin with. They wasn't under a covenant understanding under the Lord. So if you want that answer, I'm gonna give it to you. Now people like, oh no, he wrong. They were together. They got kids. They got this and that. But the thing is we do things backwards, and then when they fall apart.
Huh? I said, according to the story, they ain't had no kids.
Oh, they didn't? Okay, well, good to them.
They got kids. He got 2 little girls.
Oh yeah. Well, he's thinking, or they don't know. But what I'm saying is we do things backwards, right? And then when we do things backwards, when we're not protected by doing things the right way, then when it falls apart, then you're upset. So let me put it to you where my mind stands on it. You're busy playing basketball. Your best friend's like your brother. This person probably stayed at your house all the time while you was on the road, and your girl at the house. And this done happened since college, probably. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you couldn't see that train wreck coming, bro, you know what I mean? See, people in Palestine, they couldn't help they situation. They couldn't see that train wreck coming. But come on, bro, you got your boy. You know who your boy is. You got your girl. You setting stuff up. People ain't loyal. Ain't nobody loyal. You know, Chris Brown told you they ain't loyal. You know what I'm saying?
I got a theory about that. I think he the reason why these hoes ain't loyal.
He told them it was all right. They just said fuck it. They ran with it. All right, I get it.
I was looking at a situation, right? And then somebody was like, do you still believe in marriage? And I was like, I most definitely believe in marriage. But one thing that I realized is I believe in marriage when you're younger. I don't believe in a man going out into the world and having all types of different girlfriends. And then all of a sudden, this particular person, when he's 30, 35 years old, is going to all of a sudden know what it's like to be a husband when his wants is so many different women. You see what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
I get it.
So you think about most of the people that married early. If they even got a divorce 10 years ago, they probably got remarried before you, and you ain't been married once. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So the thing is, I do believe in rebounding the family. I do believe in us, getting back to being families again. And I think the number one way to do that is to start, covering your family with God, and make sure you're marrying these women and taking care of your family. And I also don't believe I believe boyfriend, girlfriend, y'all go 50% all day. But I think that if you married, a man should try his best to do 100 and let it fall where it may. I teach my son that way. And the reason being is, even if something happens, like, son, you go 100, then you know how to take care of yourself. If something happens and you got to boot her out the house, it's all you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Been there.
Yeah,
Been there.
It's all you, bro.
Been there.
But I mean, here's the theory. When it comes to these situations, girls nowadays are raised harder by their moms than the moms raise the sons. They raise these women to be independent.
I believe that. I will agree with that.
They raise them to be strong. And when you raise a woman to be independent and you raise them to be strong, a lot of times when women are strong, they'll talk to their man when he makes a mistake or when he does something as if he's a little boy, like they see their mama talking to their little brother. So, and then you're picking projects. You're picking men with potential, but you're not picking men that are already doing what they're supposed to be doing. So you can't fix a person or make him do certain things. This guy he's in the NBA and making millions. Those millions don't mean that he know how to be romantic. Those millions don't mean that he know how to talk to her the right way. Those millions don't mean that he knows how to, follow in the way a man should be followed to where she can respect him. Because if she respected him, she wouldn't be sleeping with his best friend. Simple as that.
That is true. I agree with that. Y'all hear it, man? It came straight from the man himself, man. Algenelerro, man. He up here dropping bombs out here, man. So Andrew Wiggins, he plays for the Warriors. So, speaking of San Francisco, this is something I came across. It's something I don't necessarily agree with, but people have been talking about this for years and years. I honestly hope it doesn't happen, but I would like to get your opinion on this. The city of San Francisco has proposed. What's that? Oh, okay. I just heard like some music playing.
I heard it too.
The city of San Francisco has proposed reparations for black people. Finally, after all this time. Now here are the reparations, though, and this is real shit. This came from CNBC. The reparations include a lump sum payout per black person of $5 million,
right,
along with $97,000 per year for the next 250 years before they'll even be able to revisit and vote on this again or whatever. And in addition, all legal debts and tax burdens will be wiped clean, and homes in San Francisco will be sold for $1.
Right.
I honestly hope this never happens.
Right. Let me tell you. You asked me what I thought. I feel that the city of San Francisco is a city that is a narcissist. It ain't gonna never happen. They want to be like, they talking all this crazy stuff, right? But then you're in San Francisco, man. You're in the land of milk. You know what I mean? If anybody know like history and who Milk is in San Francisco, he's a guy who was homosexual that ran for office and started a big movement, years ago. And now since Milk, everybody wants to jump on what they feel that the voters is going to do or say, knowing that when it comes down to it, they might get the black vote or whatever the case may be, but you're never going to follow through on what you're saying. You're never
not giving every black person, and you're gonna name every black person like so you just said forget the Spanish, forget the white people, forget the Asians.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? I agree with that. But here's the thing, why though? Like the thing is number one, it's not going to work because every black person in America is not a descendant of a slave. America needs to understand that. Every black person in America is not a descendant of a slave.
Right.
So now you got to do roots and trees, finding of who.
They do say you got to qualify for it.
Right. Number one. Number two, I disagree with giving people who have not had any type of business backgrounds or understanding of financial monies or whatever the case may be, all this money.
Exactly.
Count the heads.
Hallelujah. Sorry, I was feeling that when I had to.
But that's the reason why I said I hope it never happens. Right. You cannot just get somebody that's on the streets right now with not $1 in their pocket. You tell them tomorrow I'm gonna give you $5 million.
$5 million will be back in them white people's hands so fast. That's all we do anyway.
You about to buy all the drugs. Right. You about to buy all the, and I'm not down on my people. That's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is, one thing I know about people, I know niggas. Let's just put it out there. I know niggas. Right. Okay. And niggas is gonna nig. That's just what we do. Right. Okay. Niggas gonna nig.
But it's not just that though.
But it ain't. But it's, you gotta realize what is the first if you got $5 million, you're gonna be like, all right, I'm about to blow this mill. That's the first thing I'm about to do. I'm about to blow it. We about to be partying, we about to be strippers, we about to be drugs, we about to be guns, we about to be cars, we about to be clothes, we about to be Gucci belts, all that bullshit. And what he's saying is it's gonna go right back to the white person. But besides that, you got to realize that, okay, if I'm going to give black people all of this money, all that's going to do is tremendously raise the cost of living.
So here's the thing too. This is what I want to give you, because I'm not even going in that direction. Just about black people and the lesser thought. I'm talking about black people that don't do drugs, black people that go to church, go to work, and all these other things, and they work so many years for other people. Then you give them $5 million and they try to do right. They try to start their business. They try to do a lot of things. But what happens is they don't understand principal accounts. They don't understand marketing. They don't understand how to hire and fire. They don't understand how to have a board. They don't understand a lot of things in business. So you're going to have people even that are middle class, go to church blacks that get or inherit money and they don't understand business principle or financial principle. They'll get money and be like, I want to be, listen, let me tell you something. I put $10,000 in stock before I knew what I was doing and lost 6,600 and said, I changed my mind. Let me start educating myself. You know, one of the reasons why we're starting a stock class for everybody April 1st, because
shout that shit out, man. Shout it out. April 1st, man.
April 1st, baby.
Where's this class at?
Well, actually, you know what? We're going to be doing stuff with friends and family with one of my sisters. Her name is Ashley House.
What up, Ashley?
Yeah, she in Hawaii right now with her family.
Oh,
she retired. Listen to those. Ashley, she retired from what she was doing in the dental world for about 20 years. And she started doing stocks and she took off and she was working. She now works with a company called Stocks and Stilettos. And now that she's doing
Stilettos.
Absolutely. And the courses, they cost $1,000 to $1,500 just to take a course. But what she is doing now is she empowering her family and friends by putting a group of us together so we can learn from the best and then be able to duplicate that and give it to the world. So that's where we're at.
Now, what Jessica said makes sense too. She says, flooding the market with new money devalues the dollar.
Well, I mean, you got to look
and that's kind of what I was saying with,
that's why Gaddafi's dead. You see what I'm saying? Gaddafi is dead because if Africa's countries would have got together and made a dollar based on the riches that came out of Africa, it would have devalued the dollars everywhere else because American money ain't based on gold or diamonds or stuff like that anymore. So if you take a dollar and you now make it on the uranium and the gold and the diamonds and the vibranium, which was I call it, because it's only in Haiti and Africa. You know, it's in everybody's baby, it's in everybody's cell phone. You know that metal. Forever. You know what? That's why Gaddafi is dead. You know, in my belief, but. At the end of the day, what they need to do is they need to figure out per capita what a head means as far as a black person. And then they need to have committees and stuff like that gets this money that starts to educate kids and starts to put every black kid in America that is ascended from a slave should be going to college for free. Period. You know what I mean? That's reparations. You see what I'm saying?
I get that.
You know, you got to keep things fair because then you'll end up dividing the country more. But what you have to do is do certain things for the black community that will help the black community do certain things. You need to put a cap on percentage value when it comes to financing. Look, when I was in the car business, if you were coming through the door and you were black and you were young, I knew they was going to get hit upside the head with their APR because they were going to be so excited that they felt they negotiated their price. But they didn't know that they could negotiate their APR, or they didn't know that.
They didn't know what APR is.
Man, listen, or they didn't know that when you get approved for your car, you're allowed to look at the banking screen that the managers have at the car dealership. You can tell it, I want to see the screen where I got approved. It will show you the APR you got. So you can get approved from the bank for a 3 or 4% APR, and the dealership will give
5.8.
you, man, 12, really? 27. Because you don't know about it. You know what I mean? So you have these situations where we're ignorant. If you got a black couple or even a white couple that are older, senior citizens, never bought a car before, we already know when they come in to buy that car that they don't understand financial literacy because this is their first big purchase and they old. So we know they don't know no better. So you know what? There's predators everywhere. So reparations is understanding and teaching financial literacy. It's making sure that our kids are able to get education and be able to come up. The biggest thing that education gives any child is the fact that they confidence skyrockets. Most kids don't even do what they went to school for, but what they did was they finished, and in finishing, it gave them confidence. And one thing that we need to understand, college isn't for everybody, but education is. So what are we doing with bringing back trades, bringing back carpentry, bringing back mechanics, bringing back all these different things for these kids in order for them to be able to hold their head up? Because we got kids that are going to be cattle to the prison systems because they got dyslexia. And since they got dyslexia, they can't do certain tests or pass these tests because, you know, their brain is just not grabbing it. Now, if you talk to LaToya and Jimmy and give a verbal a test, or you give a visual, like a video test, they'll pass it. Same information, but they get left out because we're not giving tests on kids' learning styles, understanding how they learn, how they can do certain things. We're not making the playing field even for people dealing with certain things. So now, if you really want to do reparations, then start giving them proper education so kids can take tests that they can pass. Start giving free education to these kids so they can make up ground for when daddy rich white boy and all these other people came, or the money you gave Middle Easterns or Asian kids to be able to go to school here for free. Why Nigerians and people from Ghana, from Africa, they're able to come over here and eat. You see what I'm saying? You know, so you have to be able to give reparations in the rear and not give reparations in the old, meaning give it in the front, meaning these kids now. So if you start giving our kids education, you're going to start seeing a lot of things disappear, like racism, because now they understand that there's no divide. And then you don't have an older generational person in the house giving a scary story on the white man going to hold you back. Well, I don't believe in that, because if the systematic racism game is a game, then why aren't we teaching our kids how to play it? Simple as that.
Got you, man.
Yeah.
We can definitely run on that for a whole lot, man. But for the sake of time, so we talk about playing the game, man. So we gonna move on to staying in San Francisco. Anybody know who Jimmy Garoppolo is?
Jimmy G.
You know who Jimmy Garoppolo is?
Yeah, the quarterback.
Former quarterback for the we were talking about San Francisco. He's a former quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Now he is signed to the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, upon signing to the Las Vegas Raiders, Jimmy G has been offered free sex for life by two of Las Vegas's most popular brothel girls. Now we got pictures. So before we discuss this, I want you to see these pictures of these two young ladies. No, they PG pictures. No, they're not news. Right. We don't want to know. This is Jimmy G, and these are the two ladies. These are two ladies. All right. These are the two most popular brothel girls in Las Vegas.
Right. They popular.
Now, he has signed with their team, and they have told him that they will give him, if he wants it, they will both give him free sex for life. Now, we talk about Jimmy G for a second, but let's just talk about like the average guy, like Buck, because I'm gonna ask Buck first, because Buck cheesing like a motherfucker back here behind the screen. So we just seen what these two ladies look like. These two ladies offer you free sex for life. You taking it? I'm talking to you, Buck. He looking around and shit.
Nah.
You ain't taking it?
Nah, that sounds like a setup.
What about you, cuz?
Maybe one.
You taking it? You passing? Now, what about you, Al? I ain't gonna ask you if you're gonna take it or not, because you know you got people watching. You still a man, but you got people watching that. But I'm saying, like, you seen these two ladies, they just for signing with our team. You already signed the contract. You already a part of the team.
Let me say this. So my godfather, Reggie Showers, at a time was one of the biggest concert producers in the Southeast region, from like New York, Miami, all the way to Texas. And his main client was Luther Campbell, or Uncle Luke. So since I was 13 years old, I used to be on the road with Luke, and I've seen it all. You know what I mean?
I'm jealous.
You know, when I turned 18, when they told me to go to this one dressing room, when I got there, there was two girls in the shower and whatnot. The 18-year-old Algenelerro turned it down. Here's the thing, though. I've experienced myself in beautiful situations with women. You know what I mean? But I'm not an easy. I don't like it easy. I don't like to be teased. I don't like it easy. I'm a hunter. You know what I mean? I want to hunt. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to court a woman.
If when I was younger, if it was two girls, I want to have to did it myself. I don't want nobody giving me nothing. You know what I mean? So, and then now that I'm older Algenelerro done played all the games. He done did all the things. Algenelerro wants a wife. You know what I mean? Algenelerro wants the same thing every night. And I want to be able to be submissive to her as well. Yeah, no, for real.
The same thing
every night. Yeah, I want a wife, and I don't want a girlfriend. Like where I'm at right now. See, one thing that I had to understand is when I was younger, I wanted a wife, but I wasn't ready to be a husband. Now I'm ready to be a husband. It's a difference. So people like, I want a husband, but are you ready to be a wife? Like, are you ready to be a wife? You know what I mean? So you know, where we at now, we get a little older. We say, okay, it's time to settle down or whatever the case may be. But you know, like you know, I can't tell you how I look at people from back in the day, like my grandparents or whatever, and seeing that happiness and that joy that they had and whatnot. And then to be able to wake up with somebody that you ain't got to worry about if they're going to be there or not gives me one less thing to worry about in the world. I got so much other stuff to worry about. I got Sadie's babies. I ain't got time for all the ladies.
You taking it, Lex?
Huh?
You taking it?
You taking it, Lex?
What you doing?
I'm signing up day one. Okay, I'm signing up day one. I ain't knocking none of what y'all talking about. But did you see them?
I mean, I said I'd probably do it once.
Every home game, okay.
Yeah.
Every home game,
Yeah.
I am attacking your esophagus. Okay,
First of
every
all,
single home game.
They said it was the most popular in Vegas, right? Right. So.
Yeah,
every home game, you're gonna be sleeping with them and every other spirit of man they got inside of them.
You know that the only difference is you know that what they doing. These other bros, you just don't know. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, you may think like, okay, I got this. She ain't doing that, man. Bull, motherfucking shit. Okay, you just know that these chicks is fucking. So it's taboo because you know what they do. But the only difference is they getting paid for it while these bras walking down Denison doing it for free. Okay, or they doing it for a 4 for 4 from Wendy's. It's the same damn thing.
Right.
So it is what it is. But like I said, and I stand on it. I'm signing up day one.
I got
Put that shit in my contract. Okay, you can go ahead and write that shit in my contract. It's in there. Every single home. What Lex said, y'all know where he at. Y'all know exactly where that motherfucker at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is we're able to talk about how he's able to do that and will he take it or will he not take it, knowing that they prostitutes or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you know, people can't believe that a situation with Deshaun Watson could be what it is. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I said no.
I mean, come on. Well, not only that. I mean, what did he do wrong? Oh, he kept asking me, and I finally gave in. Well, you know what? That's consensual. Why are we talking about this? Why is this man paying millions of dollars? You know what I mean? The thing is
we had a happy ending.
Man, listen. The thing with life is, man, life is so people can pick and choose what they want to do. Like I did a situation where I posted, you know, the situation where everybody's getting on Sierra, and I took it from a biblical standpoint. Like, you guys are so judgmental, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This woman right here got a husband. They could do whatever they want to do. At the end of the day, there's the things that you're saying against them is more negative. It's more negative energy and what you're telling them than the dress that she wore. You see what I mean? So
that all comes to me. That comes from envy.
Hey, no, but watch this though.
Envy.
These women were on my post talking for 3 days. You know what I mean? About what they do in the Bible and this and that. And I said, listen, ladies, y'all on the same team. So instead of y'all, you know, going against each other, why don't y'all trade numbers and start like a Bible study? You know what happened? Crickets. Why? Because we want to complain and we want to act like we got a problem with stuff.
What do I say all the time?
Mad.
People want shit to complain about. People just want to complain.
And we fake mad. Don't understand that we putting all this negative energy in the consciousness of life. But then when it's time for them to sit down and actually do a Bible study or do something positive or help out a child or do whatever.
It's too much.
Oh, we can't do nothing. Listen, and I'm gonna say this. I want to get on something because the situation with Ja, right? People talk about Ja. Let me tell you why I'm pissed off on the Ja situation. Ja was a kid having fun.
Yep. Right.
That's all he was. He was a kid. He wasn't going through no mental illness. He wasn't stressed out about the streets.
We're talking about Ja Morant.
Yeah,
for y'all to know.
The streets wasn't calling him. He wasn't stressed out. He didn't pull no gun out. He was at a party being a kid, drinking, being stupid. That's what he was. I deal with mental illness and children every day. I think it is horrible that a kid that made a bad decision can now pull the mental health card when there's other people really dealing with mental health. I think it's sick. I think
because
it's sad.
we've gotten to a point where we can't go against that.
Yeah.
If somebody says I'm having mental issues, we have to go with that. We have to roll with that. If somebody says I'm depressed, we have to roll with that. Like, we can't, or else we become the bad guy if we combat that.
Yeah,
and
it's like the union here in Ford and Chevy. I used to have uncles and people that I'm related to, man. I think even my father, like, you know, anytime they was about to lose their job, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm an alcoholic," or "I'm on drugs," and they had to go to a program if they was or not,
and keep your job. Yeah, that's when we got to that point where the it's okay to not be okay thing came out. That's when we had to start accepting all of this stuff.
Right.
You know, we can't. If you come to me and say, "Yeah, I got mental health issues. I'm depressed. I'm down. I gotta." If I combat that in any way, then I'm the bad guy.
Right.
You know, I may see you every day of your life. Dude, you ain't depressed, man. She broke up with you for the 4th time. You mad. You ain't depressed. But I can't do that because the one time that I do that, now I'm the back. I'm insensitive. I'm this, I'm that. You know, so we got to allow you to do that. So that allows people to use that as a crutch.
Right.
It allows you to use it as a crutch. Oh, I'm depressed. Now I'm like, I tell people all the time, I posted this on social media not too long ago. There are certain people that I stop asking, how you doing?
Absolutely.
Because you ain't got nothing good to say ever in life. Every time I talk to you, everything you post on social media, everything is negative. I hate my job. I hate my life. I hate my body. I hate my sister. I hate my mama. I hate my dog. I hate my car. Whatever. Do something about it, but shut the hell up about it.
Absolutely.
And so I get to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even going to ask you, hey, what's up?
Right.
You know, and when I say what's up, it's kind of a rhetorical question.
Right.
It's not looking for an answer. That's me acknowledging that you're standing right there. Hi. Okay.
Yeah.
That's about it. Don't tell me what's going on because I don't want to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tell you all the time, don't tell. If you got something negative to say all the time, keep that shit to yourself.
Right.
You know, but then when I say that, then when you finally flip out or something, oh, Lex told him to keep it to himself. He couldn't let it out. Now he was depressed.
Right. Right. Listen, I hear more and more people talking about this guy that I used to study years ago, like 5, 6, 7 years ago. I used to study this Japanese scientist named Dr. Masaru Emoto. And now people are catching wind of Dr. Emoto and the consciousness experiments that he used to do. And what he would do was he would write negative things and happy things on a petri dish with water in it, and he would flash freeze it. And then they would look at it at the molecular structure of the situation. Anything that they wrote positive on, the molecular structure looked beautiful. Anything they wrote negative on, it looked disruptive. And then he went further, and then he boiled rice, put them in 3 different jars, and he would, for 30 days, talking to the rice and say, I love you, or I hate you, or whatever. And he noticed that the rice he said, I love you, and looked like you could still eat it 30 days later. And then you have black mold. People from Florida, we know black mold, the worst mold in the world. And then the one that he ignored, it had the bluish green mold. The bluish green mold, you can get penicillin from it. So it still has some, use to it, but you got to do something to it in order to use it. But if the power of the tongue can do this to rice, what does it do to people when we're 72% water? And not only that, we realize that the spirit of consciousness resides in H2O, that it lives in water, the connection to God. That's why you feel a certain type of way when you're by an ocean of water. And the thing is if we can love each other more, then we can heal the world better. If we continue to have our opinions and our judgment and all these other different things, that's why the disruptive nature is going to continue to come. Because people who are they say they Christians, 80% of y'all are liars. You're not a Christian. You false flagging. You know what I'm saying? Like we say earlier,
there you go.
You're not a Christian. Matter of fact, the word Christian back in the day, it used to mean Cretan. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a positive word in the first place. So I'm a kingdom person. Because that word Christian, yeah, we say it all the time, but when you learn more and you get more involved in certain things, you realize certain stuff. Jesus, his name was Yeshua. That's why I say Yeshua now. I don't really focus on other things. People are like, well, it don't make a difference. Well, you know what? My name's Algenelerro, and I don't want to be called Dave. You know what I'm saying?
Who want to be called Dave, man? You know what I'm saying? We don't even like Dave around here. Nah, we rock with Dave, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave Check. And you know what, man? We almost out of time, man. We can go on. We can go on this one for another hour, man.
Do me a favor, man. I met you through my man Mike. you know.
Yeah, we don't fuck with that nigga. Nah, but fuck that. Shout out to Great, man. Over here at the Grapevine. Over here at Redline Radio, man. Friday nights. All right.
Absolutely. So
we definitely got a shout because I was introduced to you through Great, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, we've had some dope conversations, man. We got some dope things. Matter of fact, tell them what you got coming up, man. Tell them what's going on, man.
So we're in the nonprofit world to be able to support the events and things we do with kids. We have fundraisers. So we're starting our fundraiser series and we're having a comedy dinner. Absolutely. You know what I mean? It's going to be an electric night. And we always do things superb. This ain't, you know what I'm saying, like roach level. This is lobster level. You know what I mean? You know, so we're going to have a fun night, you know, with comedians.
Lobsters?
Absolutely. You know, a beautiful crowd. We got people come from all different walks of life and whatnot. And we start our fundraiser season. And then that's going to be 5 different events every month after.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Memorial Day weekend, Saturday, 27th.
The 27th, man.
More information.
Platform 13. We're doing that Platform 13, right?
Yep.
Shout out to Platform 13.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have comedy. We got dinner, man. It's gonna be a dope event, man. We're doing it for the kids, man. So please stay tuned because we're gonna be pumping that real hard here at the Lex Vegas show and on Redline Radio, man.
Absolutely.
So before we get up out of here, because we run out of time, but Tim, I need you to holler at this man real quick.
So you said you were single, and I know you said you was ordained and all that good stuff, right? But for 2 minutes,
we need you to backtrack about 15, 20 years.
Go back to the other guy.
The other guy that still remain nameless.
2 celebrities.
2 celebs.
That you could smash.
That you could get it.
I'm giving you that ass.
It ain't got to be back then. It could be right now. Most definitely. Megan Good.
Megan, she comes up a lot. She comes up a lot. Megan, hey, I ain't mad at that one.
You know, most definitely. And another celebrity, who would it be? You know what? It's a lot. It's a lot of beautiful women in the world.
You only got one more, man. You already got Megan, man. You can't be selfish, man. You got to give us one more, bruh.
One more. I don't know, man. To be honest with you, like there's so many different ones. Like there's some beautiful women in the world, you know.
So just throw one out there.
Let me think of one that nobody else wants, so I can have her to myself. Oh, you know what? The English chick, the chicken Fast and Furious, the smart one.
Oh, I don't know her name, but Letty, not Letty.
Yeah.
What's her? I can't remember.
I don't know her name.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all. I ain't mad at that at all.
Give me just the average plain Jane. Give me her some cute.
I ain't mad at that.
Is that Gal Gadot?
Huh?
Is that Gal Gadot? Or
no, I don't even know her name. I don't know her name, but I know what you're talking about. She's black. She's black, but she got an English accent.
English accent.
Real, like light brown skin, curly hair.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, man, while we figure that out, man, we want to definitely thank you for stopping through, man. Stopping and dropping bombs, man. You've been dropping knowledge all night, man. The comments been going crazy, man.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to thank you. Before we get out of here, shout out. Where can the people find you? Shout out your socials and everything.
Oh man, you know my Instagram is my first name, Algenelerro. ALG. I'm about to spell it.
Oh, okay.
ALGENELERRO. And I mean, I'm the only Algenelerro in the world beside my son. You put that name in there, you find all kind of crazy stuff about me. Absolutely.
He told me there's only 2 in the world.
Only 2, me and my son. Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. Well, we want to thank you for taking time to come through, man. We had a real good time, man. Definitely want to thank all of y'all that's been watching at home and everybody that's been rocking in the comments, man. It's been another one, man. We're going to see y'all next week. I don't know who next week's guest is. I ain't got one yet. I'll figure it out by next week. Bucket, just go ahead and fade us out, man. I'm hungry, man. Let's go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dave Wallencheck, the owner of Redline Radio LLC, and I want to take a minute to tell you what we're about here at Redline Radio.
Pause. Rewind.
I am a 2015 graduate of the Ohio Media School. And one day, I had a dream to own a radio station. Well, not only do I have one, but now I have 2 studios. One is located at 4941 Pearl Road, Cleveland, Ohio. The other one, which is our state-of-the-art studio, green screen 360 cameras, top-of-the-line microphones, great producing. That is located at 60 Front Street in Berea, Ohio.
So interested in trauma and what happens to the body, especially with women. So do you have anything that happened to you, something that was traumatic for your body that still kind of sits in there and in your mind?
Of a contract because of how they were viewed, how they identified themselves. It's paperwork.
We currently have 18 shows and growing each day. If you have an idea for a podcast, look us up right there, Redline Radio, LLC. Not only do we have 18 shows, but we have 17 sponsors who have supported us throughout the years.
It's also what? I don't need you to correct me.
Every time you make a play or get yardage, there's a holding penalty.
Wait, have we actually had positive yardage today?
My origin story is on Saturday. My parents were killed in the alley coming from a movie.
Rob for this piece of monkey trash. So, why is this movie ranked
Getting ready to say, y'all can take it up with me. My inbox is open. Facebook, Don Peterson. Instagram, Don Pizzle 216. Inbox me, DM me. Do y'all have an issue with what I'm getting ready to say?
The show, and I'm your host, Lex Vegas, a.k.a. Smarty McFly, a.k.a. Peter Popoff, a.k.a. King Petty, a.k.a. Smarty Belly the Don, a.k.a. the notorious Lex.V, a.k.a. Dick the Bruiser,
You know, so if you have them adult parties, you want to hit up your favorite snack dealer, you can contact her. You can contact AC, and that's at 216-800-3881. IG, your favorite snack dealer _EM for orders.
Was a fucking weird one, to say the least. Started off with a Christian McCaffrey trade, though.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
One through 28? No, 2 through 28. Slavery. I just had one. We deserve a chance. Facts. 2 through 28. Slavery.
So we're going to read some ads before we go further to the show.
Sharing information and finding ways to help each other because we're all just trying to make it through.
Absolutely. Because like a lot of people like assume that it was just gonna be automatic. No, it's not gonna be automatic, but it is a simple process. Make sure you go to that website. We got it up in the chat and all that good stuff. And I'll say it one more time before we